Hey Collective and Soul Tribe, happy Monday. It is Monday, July the 20th. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to be using my Prism Oracle deck for you guys for this reading. So let's see what, messages come out, what you guys might need to know, what the energy could be like. Okay, so let's see what, spirit, your ancestors, guides, whatever it is that you guys resonate with when it comes to the energy, what they could be telling you at this moment, okay? But I hope you guys are doing well, okay, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. I hope you guys are, enjoying the weather, especially if you guys live where it's warm or hot. I hope you guys are enjoying the weather. You guys are not too hot out there, you know what I mean? But let's see what you guys might need to know. So the first card is rejection, okay? Now, I always like to say rejection is protection. It doesn't matter where the rejection is coming from, whether it's you rejecting somebody or somebody rejecting you, but there is something about rejection being protection. Now, obviously, for some of you guys, I feel like, yeah. Ugh. I hate that when fuzz goes on your lip and you have like lip balm or Vaseline or something. That's nasty. Like, I just feel like somebody's tickling my lip and I'm just like, it's not a bug. I pray to God it wouldn't be, because I hate them, right? But and you're supposed to love all living things. Get the bugs away from me, okay? I'll take a cat, a dog. I'll even take Ratatouille before I take a bug, okay? Because no. Okay, and if you've ever been to the West Indies or any other country where you've seen cockroaches fly, then you guys know what I'm talking about, so no. Okay, but rejection is protection, okay, guys? Some of you guys could feel rejected in the energy that you're in right now. This could be around people that you supposedly care about, or people that supposedly are supposed to care about you, okay? So take whatever resonates with that. That is significant. Some of you guys could be dealing with that right now, where it's like, say you are in a situation where you're dealing with certain people and it's almost like the same people that you feel like you should be connecting with or resonating with on a very deep level, like emotionally, whether this is like family or friends or whatever the case is. I'm picking up on the energy that you guys may feel rejected, like where you are right now. So it's almost like you feel like you don't belong in a situation. Now, this could be different for everybody, because some people could be going through it mentally where they feel like they don't belong, but they do belong. But I'm going to be honest with you, your intuition will never lie to you. If you feel like you don't belong somewhere, listen to that, especially if you're not dealing with any mental instabilities or anything like that. And nothing is wrong with that either if you are dealing with that, because if that's the case, seek medical guidance or medical help. Like, who am I to judge? Like, I'm just reading the cards, right? But again, if you're somebody where you're very kind, you're loving, you're giving, you try your best to like put your best foot forward, and it almost feels like no matter what you do, it's like your energy keeps being rejected, receive that as a sign from the universe. Now, I know I've been talking to you guys about my website too, talking about like how if I don't see certain things showing up in the energy, I'm just going to cut it off. That is also a sign too. That could be a form of rejection. And that's something that I'm trying to teach you guys when it comes to the energy, because it may be different, like I said, for other people. Not everybody may resonate with that, okay? So obviously with rejection is protection. Maybe you guys could feel rejected, your energy feels rejected, and that's okay, because sometimes the universe is protecting you from certain things you cannot see, okay? Again, whatever this energy is, just letting you guys know, you're better off being rejected at this time and focusing what really matters to you, okay? Yeah, so stop signs, okay? Stopping something. This could be something also when it comes to like driving, okay? Could be significant. Traveling could be significant. Even just stopping certain patterns and stopping certain energies is significant. So even when it comes to rejection being protection and you stopping something is being stopped or paused at this time. Now, is this divine timing? This could definitely be divine timing working in your position right now, okay? Is this something that some of you guys in the collective want right now? Probably not. Okay, probably not. Not everybody wants to be rejected, okay? And I get that. But in all actuality, sometimes the things that we cannot see, it's good, okay? Sometimes when it's like things that we really, really want and we cannot have, that is a sign itself, okay? So if there is something that you're doing and you feel like you're being rejected, there's something that you stopped doing. Maybe you stopped caring about how other people may feel, because maybe you are the one that always cares about other people and how they feel. But what about you? it goes both ways. What about you? Okay, so even protecting your energy is significant when it comes to that. There's a truck coming, so don't be surprised if I stop talking, because the sound, it could be really loud, and I hear it now. So just hold on, guys. You guys see it in the background. Okay, but like I was saying, there's something about that, like, you could have stopped doing something, and I'm going to see what else comes out in the message, because there's something about your energy that you stopped doing. Like I said, you stopped babysitting people's emotions, stopped taking care of their problems, their burdens, and that's been really heavy as of recently, especially if it's like family. Okay, yeah, we have movement. Okay, so you stopped something and you started moving. Okay, it's almost giving the energy, like, say you're dealing with like complaining. Okay, somebody complaining, or somebody always, you know, repeating the same thing over and over again. That is significant. Like, you know, when people want you to repeat yourself because they want you to show like you care, that's a waste of time and energy. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, if I'm repeating myself about something that's bothering me and you guys are still doing it, like, I'm not saying you, the collective, but whoever's energy I'm in, guess what? I'm gonna stop repeating myself, and I'm just gonna walk away from the situation and just let it be. Okay, and some of you guys are doing that. It's like you guys are releasing certain connections because you guys are starting to see people for who they truly are. Like, people are literally doing things like either out of spite or on purpose or just delusion, right? Like, they think that it's almost like that situation where people could be in, where it's like, you know, when people fight every single day because they're like, if you fight for me, you love me. That's toxicity. That's not love. Okay, love should be peaceful, love should be calm. Obviously love is not perfect, but love should be peaceful and calm for the most part. Okay, and dealing with other people who like drama, who like mess, who like being in the middle of things and pretending like, you know, they're being the peacekeeper, okay, and they're not being a peacekeeper, they're actually being a tyrant, okay, is significant. So yeah, movement is significant. You could have stopped certain things, and now there's something about movement, or the universe had you on a pause or like a standstill, and now it's almost like you guys are in movement, or, you know, able to move forward. Okay, and that's why, because you guys were in reflection. Okay, reflection is significant. Mirroring energy is significant. Mirrors may resonate for you guys, and also happiness. So yeah, there's a reason why you guys are moving forward, is because you guys decided to stop certain patterns, stop certain things, and say, you know what, I'm going to reflect on the situation, and then I'm going to move forward. Okay, I'm going to focus on my happiness. That is significant. You guys are learning to focus on your own happiness, focusing on your own mental well-being, your own prosperity, and that could trigger a lot of people in your energy. It may bother a lot of people in your energy, because a lot of times people are so accustomed to the collective just doing things for them, not even realizing that they're also human and they need time for themselves. So again, a lot of times people will self-sacrifice themselves for certain situations because, you know, I want to look like a good person. No, self-sacrificing yourself should not mean that your morals and integrity should be also like messed around with. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, that should not be the case. So take whatever resonates with this, but you guys are focusing on your happiness, okay, when it comes to like your situation, or just dealing with certain people, places, and things. Okay, no longer tolerating the BS when it comes to people. Yeah, you guys are focusing on your happiness and your peace. Okay, peace is significant. Again, tranquility with the Temperance card that came out in the tarot reading, so that's double confirmation. All right, so there's something about you guys when it comes to your peace. You're focusing on happiness and peace. And like I said, if people want to focus on drama and pettiness and, you know, bending over backwards for people who don't deserve it, and just things like that, then that's not for you. That is not for you. Those are not your people. People need to understand that if you do not want to be around certain energies or people, they should just understand. And if they don't understand, then that's too bad. That's on them. It's not for you to have to explain to people why you want your boundaries, why you want your peace or your quiet, or whatever the case is. Most adults should just have common sense and know, but unfortunately we live in a world where most adults don't have common sense. Most elder people don't have common sense. Most people don't have common sense. Okay, some people lack common sense, unfortunately, and that is why we are in the situations that we're in this current day and age. Okay, even history will tell you itself. Okay, so yeah, you guys focused on peace. Doves, okay, could be significant, whether these are like regular doves or grounding doves, morning doves, but there's something about birds that are significant too, and just receiving some peace. Okay, we also have pain. So like I said, if you guys have went through certain dynamics that brought you pain, maybe you guys are also dealing with people who, you know, like I said, people who brought you pain, and like I said, you guys are focusing on peace and tranquility, or you guys are releasing pain, okay? Because whatever pain that you guys have dealt with, like I said, you guys are transmuting energy, shedding old skin. Passion is significant, and then we also have illumination. So some of you guys, your light is shining, and it's showing because of your growth, okay? You guys are going through some major changes. For some of you guys, you know, there's something about you being able to grow within the situations that you've dealt with, or, you know, the certain people that you've dealt with, and it's like people may feel like you're going to continue to be the same old person that you were yesterday or the day before, maybe a year ago, 2 years ago. You know what I mean, guys? It's like people who thought that they could get away with whatever they were getting away with before, it's almost like they're mad now because whatever pain that they tried to cause you, you grew from that, okay? And I posted something, like I reposted a video from somebody where it's like, just because you've gone through certain things, or just because you've went through certain circumstances, and I can understand that, doesn't mean that you treat people like crap. And a lot of times people use excuses or use, you know, certain dynamics to say, well, because I went through this, or because I had to go through this, you know, that's why I treat people the way that I... No, you're a bully. You're a bully, okay? That's why you treat people the way that you do, is because you're a bully, okay? So if you were fat as a kid, okay, sorry if this is triggering somebody, but it's just the truth. If you were fat as a kid, okay, and you grew up as a person where you take care of your body and you work out and do all this kind of stuff, does that mean that you talk bad about other people who are bigger than you? I don't think so. Like, that should mean that you want to help people better themselves. But no, there are people out there that because they were bullied as a kid for their weight, or, you know, how they are, their, you know, whatever it is that they were bullied for, they become adults and then they become the bully instead of the helper, okay? And that's what you guys could be dealing with people. It's like grown adults who should know better and do better, they don't do better. So that is why some of you guys could be like, you know what, I'm good on that. I would rather protect my peace and stay away from, you know, certain people than to be around people who act like they have no sense, okay? 12:12 on the timer, but I'm gonna end it here, guys. Take whatever resonates, okay? Thank you for the love and the support, as always, for reposting, liking, sharing, commenting if it resonates, all that good stuff. All right, guys, I appreciate it. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next reading or video. All right, guys, I love you guys. Have a wonderful Monday, okay? Bye.